Hello, everyone. I welcome you to the book reading session. So, the last time, the lines that we ended was there are disciples who seek a guru made in their own image. Such students often complained that they did not understand Sri Yukteswar. So, this I discussed earlier. A lot of times, students come with an expectation like that guru should be like this, like that. So what happened when the actual what the guru wants to teach it happens, so they are unable to understand. So it is often said whenever you take up a course or whenever wherever you go for course, like go with a blank mind, unlearn what you already know. So next, neither do you comprehend God, I retorted on one occasion. When a saint is clear to you, you will be. Just a second. Where? Where's the line gone? Yes. Neither do you comprehend these lines. Neither do you comprehend God, I retorted on one occasion. When a saint is clear to you, you will be one. When a saint is clear to you, you will be one. Among the trillion mysteries, breathing every second, the inexplicable air, who may venture to ask that the fathomless nature of a master be instantly grasped. Student came and generally went. Those who craved a path of oily sympathy and comfortable recognition did not find it at the hermitage. Master offered shelter and shepherding for the eons, but many disciples' misery demanded ego balm as well. They departed, preferring life countless humiliation before any humility. Master's blazing rays, the open penetrating sunshine of his wisdom, were too powerful for the spiritual sickness. They sought some lesser teacher who would, shading them with flattery, permitted the fitful sleep of ignorance. So, as I said earlier, also that in this path of spirituality, the very basic and common problem which comes in every disciple life is like once they start taking the spiritual path, the problem that comes is spiritual pride. And it comes so subtle way, in a such a subtle way that the disciple is not aware that it is actually happening. So it is talking about Sri Yukteswar ji, some of the student, they used to come and like they wanted some ego balm as well, like means the ego should be pampered. But it was he was a very strict teacher. He used to, open penetrating sunshine of his wisdom were too powerful for their spiritual sickness. This is what exactly the guru does. And what I have seen a lot of times that, there are a lot of humiliations the spiritual disciple also goes through. And the reason for spiritual these humiliations and, regularly being insulted and being humiliated, the reason behind those things is because This creates humility. It is a very tough lesson. The You can say the way of teaching is very tough, but the teacher knows how the disciple will learn humility. They thought some lesser teacher would shading them with flattery permitted the fitful sleep of ignorance. During my early months with Master, I had experienced a sensitive fear of his reprimands. These were reserved, I soon saw, for disciples who had asked for his verbal vivisection. If any writing student made a protest, Sri Yukteswar would become unoffendingly silent. His words were never wrathful, but impersonal with wisdom. Master's insight was not for the unprepared ears of casual visitor. He seldom remarked on their defects, even if conspicuous, but towards student who sought his counsel, Sri Yukteswar felt a serious responsibility. Brave indeed is the Guru who undertakes to transform the crude ore of ego permeated humanity. A saint's courage root in his compassion for stumbling eyes of this world. So basically, what happens, like, we've been incarnating for so long, so many years we've been incarnating. So there are certain qualities, certain traits, that are not from this lifetime, that is from many lifetime. And that's why we say, no, we are constantly, like, facing this problem. Like, I have constant this problem, so it is not because of your current you can say situation, or whatever you've gone through. These qualities for which you are having pain, for the patterns which you are recognizing in this lifetime, it is the outcome of many incarnations. So and who helps in getting over these you can say spiritual flaws? It is the guru, it is the teacher. I can say, like, in my initial, when I started my spiritual path, in my initial, you can say 5 to 6 years, the path was very painful. There were things that was happening so, you can say, ruthlessly. I was like, God, why it is happening with me? What wrong have I done? I am a very compassionate person. I am following your teachings. But we see ourselves like, there's a mirror. We see what we are seeing, but the teacher sees you entirely and he knows your flaws. So that's why a lot of time we say, no, you need to surrender to the divine, you need to surrender to God. The reason behind that is this, because a lot of times we don't know what he is taking care of. So when I had abandoned underlying resentment, I found a marked decrease in my chastisement in a very subtle way. Master melted into comparative clemency. In time, I demolished every wall of rationalization and subconscious reservation behind which the human personality generally shields itself. The reward was an effortless harmony with my guru. I discovered them to be trusting, considerate, and silently loving, undemonstrative. However, he bestowed no words of affection. And I would like to also share one more example. Like, I met with this person. I was doing counseling of this client, and he was very emotional, very soft nature, and he was having some business problem. Continuously, he was having business problem. I was also giving him therapies and healings. So I was like, what wrong is going with this person? The healings are going, he is a very soft nature, where the things are getting wrong. So I observed that when the conversation of money comes, when the topic money comes, this big person becomes very sensitive, and the pride speaks. All the areas he's doing fine, he's very aware of a lot of things, but the moment the topic money comes, there is a different pride is observed in him. And I feel that person was also unaware of it, because it was in a very subtle way it was there. When the term money comes, it's like, I should have more money, and I should be a person of, like, in society people should respect me on my valuation of money. So what I'm trying to say, there are many things very softly, in a very subtle way, in our energies, which we don't observe. It comes only through awareness, that yes, over here I'm behaving like this. So these all minute things a guru helps you to overcome, and these minute things are big obstacles in your progress. Now, my own temperament is principally devotional. My own temperament is principally devotional. It was disconcentrating at first to find that my guru, saturated with jana but seemingly dry of bhakti, expressed himself only in terms of cold spiritual mathematics. I would like to mention that Sri Yukteswar ji has written a fantastic book, The Spiritual Science, which is basically on Greh, Nakshatra, planets. So Guruji's, Paramahansa Yogananda ji's core, you can say, emotion was devotion, surrender to the divine, bhakti. Whereas his guru had this, spiritual mathematics, that kind of spirituality. But as I turned myself to his nature, I discovered no diminution, but rather increase in my devotional approach to God. A self realized master is fully able to guide his various disciples along natural lines of their essential bias. So, this is a very nice line. A self realized master is able to guide his various disciples along natural lives of their essential bias. A teacher, a guru who is completely aware of his or her strength and weakness, who's, very much aware of internal, external, and has, gone through a lot of um, pattern breaking things, and experiencing a lot of things. So that guru, is able to guide the disciple very well. My relationship with Sri Yukteswar ji, somewhat inarticulate, nonetheless possessed all eloquence. Often I found a silent signature on my thoughts, rendering speech inutile. Quietly sitting beside him, I felt his bounty pouring peacefully over my being. Sri Yukteswar impartial justice was notable demonstrated during the summer vacation of my first college year. I welcomed the opportunity to spend in uninterrupted months at Serampur with my guru. You may be in charge of hermitage. Master was pleased over my enthusiastic arrival. Your duties will be reception of guests and supervision of the work of other disciples. Kumar, a young villager from East Bengal, was accepted a fortnight later for hermitage training. Remarkably intelligent, he quickly won Sri Yukteswar's affection. For some fathomable reason, Master was very lenient to the new resident. Mukunda let Kumar assume your duties. Employ your own time in sweeping and cooking. Master issued these instructions after the new boy had been with us for a month. So over here he is saying that, uh, when he was in the hermitage, he got the role of, in the reception area. And then this boy Kumar came. He was very intelligent. He quickly won Sri Yukteswar's affection. Mukunda let Kumar assume your duties, employ your own time in sweeping and cooking. Just a second. Exalted to leadership, Kumar exercised a pretty household tyranny. In silent mutiny, the other disciples continued to seek me out for daily counsel. Mukunda is impossible. You made me supervisor, yet the others go to him and obey him. 3 weeks later, Kumar was complaining to a guru. I overheard him from a adjoining room. That's why I assigned him to the kitchen and you to the parlor. Sri Yukteswar withering tones were new to Kumar. In this way, you have come to realize that worthy leaders has the desire to serve and not to dominate. You wanted Mukunda's position but could not maintain it by merit. Return now to your earlier work as cook assistant. So they got different work, and then for some reason they had conflict, and Kumar was like he did not wanted to work whatever position he was given. So over here there's a learning again, like Shri Yukteswar ji saying that it is the leader is a leader because he has the desire to serve and not to dominate. Usually we have seen that the leader means, like, for people leadership means that they'll come in a position, they'll dominate other people, but actually it is not so. It is the desire to serve what makes a leader a leader. After his humming incident, Master resumed towards Kumar a former attitude of unwanted indulgence. Who can solve the mystery of attraction? In Kumar, our Guru discovered a charming fount which did not spurt for the fellow disciples. Though the new boy was obviously Sri Yukteswar's favorite, I felt no dismay. Personal idiosyncrasies possessed even by masters lend a rich complexity to the pattern of life. My nature is seldom commandeered by a detail. I was seeking from Sri Yukteswar a more inaccessible benefit than an outward praise. Kumar spoke venomously to me one day without a reason. I was deeply hurt. Your head is swelling to the bursting point. I added a warning whose truth I felt intuitively. Unless you mend your ways, someday you will be asked to leave this ashram. So, as you can see, he was having conflict with Mukunda. Paramahansa Yogananda ji's name when he was young, like his name was Mukunda, and later the name he got, we'll be getting to know this in this only book. So then he warned Kumar that because of his behavior, he could be asked to leave the ashram. Laughing sarcastically, Kumar repeated my remark to our guru, who had just entered the room. Again. So, laughing sarcastically, Kumar repeated my remarks to our guru, who had just entered the room. Fully expecting to be scolded, I retired meekly to a corner. Just a second. Okay. So, yes, we were over here. Maybe Mukunda is right, Master replied to the boy. Came with unusual coldness. I escaped without castigation. A year later, Kumar set out for a visit to his childhood home. He ignored the quiet disapproval of Sri Yukteswar, who never authoritatively controlled his disciples' movement. On the boy's return at Serampur in a few months, a change was unpleasantly apparent. Gone was the stately Kumar with the serenely glowing face. Only an undistinguished peasant stood before us, one who had lately acquired number of evil habits. Master upon me and broken-heartedly discussed the fact that the boy was now unsuited to the monastic hermitage life. So, like you can see, he started with he started not behaving well with Mukunda, and then Master was free for the movement, like wherever they wish to go, they can go. So what happened now that when he came back from his brothers from his home, he was like he had a lot of evil habits, it's mentioned. And so then finally the guru said that he's not suited for the monastic hermitage life. Mukunda, I will leave it to you to instruct Kumar to leave the ashram tomorrow. I can't do it. Tears stood in Yukteswar's eyes, but he controlled himself quickly. Boy would have the boy would never have fallen to these depths had he listened to me and not gone to mix undesirable companions. He has rejected my protection. The callous world must be his guru still. So, again, there is a message over here. Like, we have this gut feeling a lot of times that we should not do this, we should not be in this company. And, your intuition is your guru. You need to listen to your intuition. But when you are not listening to that intuition, what happens? Those negative things overpower you. And over here it is Sri Yukteswar ji is telling that he told Kumar not to go at places, and not to be with this company, like people he was hanging out, but he rejected his protection. Sometimes the intuition, like you have to go this place, XYZ place, and you feel like you just don't feel like going to this place without a valid point, without a valid reason. Listen to your intuition, because your intuition is protecting you. So he has rejected my protection. The callous world must be his guru still. Kumar's departure brought me to no elation. Sadly, I wondered how one with the power to win master's love could have ever responded to cheaper allures. So, like in the beginning, how you saw like Kumar was all with so much affection, he was serving Sri Yukteswar ji, and you know he was very devoted to the guru. But all of a sudden, things completely changed. Enjoyment of wine and sex are rooted to the natural man and require no delicacies of perception for their appreciation. Sense vials are comparable to the evergreen oleander fragrant with its multicolored flowers. Every part of the plant is poisonous. The land of healing lies within, radiant with that happiness, blindly sought in a thousand misdirections. Keen intelligence is two-edged, Master once remarked, in reference to Kumar's brilliant mind. It may be used constructively or destructively like a knife, either to cut the boil of ignorance or to decapitate one's self. Intelligence is rightly guided only after the mind has acknowledged the inescapability of spiritual law. My guru mixed freely with men and women disciples, treating all his children as his children, perceiving their souls' equality. He showed no distinction by or partiality. So over here, it is. master is saying in terms, in context of Kumar, that we always have two choices: either to indulge in these activities or just to take a step back and have self control. So it is our choice, whichever path we choose. In sleep, you do not know whether you are a man or a woman, he said. Just as a man impersonating a woman does not become one, so the soul impersonating both man and woman has no sex. The soul is pure, changeless image of God. So over here he's saying, like, when you sleep, when you're in sleep, so what are you? You are just soul. And this male man and women, like, soul has no sex. Maybe in this incarnation I've got a female body, in my previous incarnation I had been a man. So the soul has no sex. The soul is pure, changeless image of God. Sri Yukteswar never avoided or blamed women as objects of seduction. Men, he said, were also a temptation to women. I once inquired of my guru why a great ancient saint called women the door to hell. A girl must have proved very troublesome to his peace of mind in his early life. My guru answered caustically. Otherwise, he would have denounced not woman, but some imperfection in his own self control. Okay, so now over here, Mukunda is questioning. This is a very nice and interesting thing. Like, um, he never blamed, Sri Yukteswarji never blamed women as, or neither he said like they are an object of seduction. He said men, he said, are also temptation to women. So, like, only the women are glorified for this, but it can be, men can also be object of seduction. But once Mukunda asked, like, why great ancient saint, one of the great ancient saints said, like, women are the door to hell. So he said, a girl must have proved very troublesome to his peace of mind in his early life. Otherwise, he would have denounced not woman, but some imperfection in his own self control. So it is again like, people blame men, women, men are like that, women are like that. So over here, he's again bringing the consciousness back to the mind. The problem is not in the opposite gender. You need to develop your, you know, own self control. If a visitor dared to relate a If a visitor dared to relate a suggestive story in Hermitage, Master would maintain an unresponsive silence. Do you allow yourself to be thrashed by the provoking whip of a beautiful face? He told the disciple, How can you, how can senses slave enjoy the world? Its subtle flavors escape them while they grow in primal mud. All nice discriminations are lost to the man of elemental lust. So again, he's saying that, you should not be controlled you should not be a slave of your senses. Its subtle flavors escape them while they grovel in primal mud. All nice discrimination are lost in elemental lust. Students seeking to escape from the dualistic Maya delusion received from Sri Yukteswar patient and understanding counsel. Just as the purpose of eating is to satisfy hunger, not greed, so the sex instinct is designed for the propagation of the species according to natural law, never for the kindling of insatiable longing. He said, destroy wrong desires now, otherwise, they will follow you after the astral body is torn from the physical casing. Even when the flesh is weak, the mind should be constantly resistant. If temptation assail you with cruel force, overcome it by impersonal analysis and indomitable will. Every natural passion can be mastered. So now, a very nice example Shri Yukteswar ji has given, like, what is the purpose of food? It is to satisfy your hunger. When we are hungry, we need food. But it is not to satisfy the greed. If a person is greeding, he will not monitor the consumption on the basis of his hunger. He will monitor the consumption on the basis of his greed, and greed has no limitation. It is like, give me more, give me more. So he's comparing this thing, sex instinct, with hunger. Like, just as the purpose of eating is to satisfy hunger, not greed, so the sex instinct is designed for propagation of species according to natural law. So the purpose of sexual instinct is for natural law, that is recreation, um, multiplication of species, never for kindling of insatiable longings. He said, uh, destroy your wrong desires now, otherwise it'll be carried forward to your another lifetime in your astral world. Like, when you leave the body, that desire will keep coming in your astral body, and it is like a vicious circle. You are in Maya, again you are in that Maya loop. So conserve your power. Be like a capacious ocean, absorbing within all the tributary rivers of senses. Small yearnings are openings in the reservoir of your inner peace, permitting healing waters to be wasted in the desert soil of materialism. The forceful activating impulse of wrong desires is the greatest enemy of the happiness of man. Roam in the world as a lion of self control. See the frogs of weakness, don't kick you around. So, over here, the teacher is saying that, you need to conserve your power, be like an ocean. Don't let these small earnings control you, and have control over your desires. Roam in the world like a lion, of self control. See that the frog of weakness don't kick you around. So you need to roam around the world as if a lion who has a lot of self control. And these frogs of weakness, don't overpower you. The devotee is finally freed from all instinctive compulsion. He transforms his needs for human affection into aspiration for God alone. A love solitary because um, a love solitary because omnipresent. So over here, I would also like to mention, like, there are certain desires within us which are like uncontrollable. Like, when you are in spiritual path, or you have started this self journey, you will see that there are certain desires which, you feel like you just want to fulfill this desire. But you need to understand, first thing, that this desire could be from many lifetimes in your astral body. That's why you're having that, the quest of this desire. So now the point is, you have to see, it is a lower desire or it is a higher desire. If it is a lower desire, my suggestion would be, just work on it and get rid of that lower desire. But if it is a higher desire, higher purpose, then you see, like, if it needs to be fulfilled or not. Like a higher desire could be like, a person wants to open a school, and constantly for the past 5 years, 6 years, this person is getting repetitive thoughts, like wants to open a school, wants to open a school. So this desire is a higher desire, nothing wrong with it. But on a lower way, if you see the lower desire, it is like, if the person has a impulsive habit of eating sugary things, so that is again a lower desire. So you need to see what is the lower desire and what is the higher desire. Use your consciousness, use your awareness to differentiate between these desire and overcome your lower desires.